Or go back to their, yeah, that's fine. Positions, we'll say here, if you want to take care of it, that's fine. I respond, this week, I respond. I would say Google, was talking to me. Oh, yeah. Sorry. Yes, yes. They're about to split up there. Develop it. Sparing, tree, development. Also, I'll say that. Yeah. It's like thousands of houses.
It is 3:30. Let's bring this meeting to a start. Ms. Norman, would you like to lead us to the pledge?
Yes, place right hand over your heart. Ready to begin.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
It is 3:30 and we will adjourn to go to closed session to discuss what? Oh, roll call. Mr. Watson and Mr. Frey and Mr. Okamura are present. And we will go to closed session.
And Mr. Holden is absent.
Mr. Haldeth is absent. Indeed.
No, you wouldn't.
Okay, and now we go to closed session to discuss listed items. Get there, Vince.
I don't. Any, can you just picture it?
It is 4:02. There were no actions taken in closed session. And we will go to the approval of the minutes. Can I get a motion and a second, please?
So move. Second.
All in favor? Aye. Business from the floor. Do we have anything?
We do not have any business from the board.
Nothing. Okay. Reports.
No reports.
No reports. Adoption agenda. I'll make a motion. Can I get a second?
Second.
All in favor? Aye. Presentations and recognitions.
We do not have any
Nothing.
business recognitions.
Okay. Communications.
No communications.
Consent agenda. Can I get a motion and a second on the consent agenda?
So move. Second.
Okay. All in favor? Aye. Discussion items. Provisional board member appointment interviews. The board will conduct interviews of qualified applicants, nominate and vote for an individual to fill the vacancy at this meeting. Once that person has been selected, she will be sworn in and shall hold the office only until the next regularly scheduled election for district governing board members. The candidates to be considered are Juliet Varela, Deborah Bolton,
Not even say.
Elizabeth Givens, and Aaron Salas. Background information: as a result of the resignation of trustee Julie Clemmer on June 30th, 2024, there is currently a vacancy on the Barstow Unified School District Board of Trustees for Area 1. Current considerations and alternatives. In accordance with General Code 5091, the board may make a provisional appointment to fill the vacancy. On July 2nd, 2024, the board officially posted a notice of vacancy in all required places. Applications were available online and were due to the superintendent office no later than 11:59 p.m. on July 16, 2024. 5 applications were received in order. In total, after the initial screening, 4 candidates were selected to move on to the interview process. Unless a petition calling for a special election pursuant to Education Code 5091 is filed in the office of the county superintendent within 30 days of provisional appointment, it shall become an effective appointment. The person appointed shall hold office until the next regularly scheduled election for district board members and shall be afforded all the powers and duties of a board member upon appointment. Education Code 5091. Financial implications. Board members are paid in accordance to Board Bylaw 9950. Whoa. $126 per board member per meeting attended to exceed
Not to.
not to exceed $252 per board member in any month. Board members may participate in the health and welfare benefits program provided for district employees. Superintendent's comments.
Yes, thank you. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. This afternoon, we will be conducting the interviews to appoint a new board member for trustee area 1. This appointment will be for the remainder of the term, which ends on December 13, 2024, as this seat is up for election. The district was notified this afternoon that Ms. Elizabeth Gibbons has withdrawn her application for appointment. The board is committed to this process being both fair and transparent. Therefore, we will conduct a drawing for interview order and then ask the remaining candidates to sit in the lobby of the district office. The board has chosen to do this to avoid giving later candidates the advantage of hearing responses from previous interviews. You will have 30 minutes to give an opening statement, answer the interview questions which will be asked by the board members in a round-robin fashion, and give a closing statement. A timer will chime when there is 1 minute remaining, and again at the end of the combined 30 minutes. Following the interviews, all candidates will be invited back into the boardroom to join the audience. The board will vote using a roll call ballot for nominations. I will call each board member's name and ask for them to indicate which candidate they choose. There must be 3 votes for a candidate to be nominated. Upon selection of a candidate, I will make an announcement and turn the meeting back to Mr. Okamura to ask for a motion and a second of the nominee, as well as take the vote of appointment. Once approved, I will issue the appointee the oath of office. And we have the order, we'll create the order here. We are going to read the names that are on the cards that are in this hat, so you know that all 3 names are in the hat.
Aaron Solis. Oh, it's really small. Julia B. Barella, thank you. And Debbie Bolton.
We're going to put them back in the hat. We're going to shake the hat. And then we're going to have Mr. Gutierrez reach in and pull a name. And then the order that they're pulled is the order that you will interview. Oh, yeah.
First, Debbie B. Second, Juliet B.
And then
Aaron
Aaron
Solis.
And Aaron Solis for possible elimination.
Okay. So we will ask Juliet Barella and Aaron Solis to step out into the lobby. When we are ready, we will have someone come and escort you back in. Thank you.
Debbie, the hot seat, yes ma'am. But we do have water there for you. I'll start off.
We'll start.
All right. What motivates you to become a board member?
Well, I've been in the community my whole life, basically. The reason why my family came to Barstow was his school district. My parents were little teachers. And Barstow always needs teachers, so that's how my family came here to Barstow. I care a lot about this community. We've been really focusing on Barstow as a church this year. And in that is the school is the heart of our town. The children are very important, the families, that's what makes up our community. And that's what I really care about. And I'd like to see the teachers, the district, all the employees to work cohesively for the better of our children.
And you might get the announcement too, statements.
Oh, okay. And would you also like to provide an opening statement?
So, my friend just said, I guess.
Is that it? Okay. Ms. Bolton, what attributes are essential for success for a school board member?
Caring is the biggest thing, I think, caring about our community and our students and the families, and willing to be involved and not just to be a physician, but to be actively participating in the district. I was a volunteer with the high school band, junior high school. Just volunteered and was on school site council meeting. Helped as a volunteer cross country coach whenever it was Barstow Middle School. Just, giving of your time and your abilities. Pouring into the families and the children and the people. That's what it's all about.
What do you think is expected of you as a board member?
To attend, read the agenda and all of the information that's, put out before the meetings, and to do our homework and to know what we need to do to be supportive.
Thank you.
How would you handle requests if approached by an individual in the community or special interest groups?
Just that I would take it under advisement, and that I can't promise anything. I just do my best to do what's in the best interest of the district and our community.
Thank you.
What is your vision for education in this community?
My vision, especially this year, I've actually been going to the school sites and praying on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday mornings with a group of ladies. I'm just praying for for things to kind of step back to, you know, what's important, which is relationships. And you can't, the state of California is basically expecting us to be able to type 120 words a minute with one hand tied behind our backs. In my opinion, I mean, California has really made it difficult for teachers in the classroom, for administration, and the students to learn and do their job. So just praying for outside the box thinking of ways we can reach these children and families and try to make them productive members of society.
What are the current challenges facing education and school boards?
California. Just all, you know, the requirements and the restrictions that they put on everything in the state.
Thank you.
What is your understanding of the role of the superintendent?
Very tough job. You have to be able to manage certificated, classified, parents, you know, principal students, you know, you have a big burden on your shoulders to try to follow the rules of that California puts down. There's only so much money. You have to try to see where the best, you know, areas and where it's needed the most. So yeah, just with budget and personalities and staff, it's a big job.
Thank you.
What do you see as the board's roles and responsibilities?
To be supportive of every member of the school district, from janitors all the way up to the superintendent.
If appointed, will you seek to continue as a trustee in the next election?
At this point, just because of my business, we're a little shorthanded, so I wouldn't feel that it would be until we have a few people that are in training, so maybe not this election, but maybe in the future.
Thank you.
Is there any additional information you'd like to share with the panel?
Pretty much all those questions are just things that have been really been placed on my heart over the last several months here in town. So basically all your questions hit everything that's been really laid on my heart for this town and this community and this school district.
Can I ask if she has questions she'd like to ask us?
I think she has any additional comments and she gets a closing statement. So you still have about 22 minutes left. So
That's a long closing statement.
I was very shy growing up and not good during, you know, so it was really stepping outside my comfort zone. I'm great at small one-on-one. Just, you know, if you decide to choose me to fill this position through the end, I will do the very best of my ability to try to be there and be supportive of and listen. I'm a tax preparer, so I do hear a lot of stuff from a lot of clients throughout tax season. So, yeah, I just and all of those things have been in my prayers, and I really care about this town. I've always been very involved with the schools with my children, and I used to work for the district, so I know it fairly well. So yeah, that's I'll just do the best that I can.
thank you. Those are all the questions. You do have the option remaining in the audience if you would like.
I guess, okay.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'll give you guys a few minutes before we finish up here.
Sure.
Julian? Yeah, please. Thank you for bringing me in.
I'll play that.
Yeah, Julian, nice to meet you. Good to see you.
Good luck, Gina.
See ya.
Thank you for having us already.
Are you ready?
I think I am,
All right.
as prepared as I can be.
Would you care to give us an opening statement, please?
Yes, thank you. For my opening statement, I just wanted to let you guys know a little bit about me, so you know me more personally before I answer any questions. Again, as it was said as I came in, my name is Juliette Varela. I'm a 28-year-old wife and mother to 5 boys. 3 of them are old enough to be enrolled within our school district currently. 2 of them will follow within the next 3 to 5 years. I'm a homegrown gal. I am a 4th generation Barstonian. I believe bloom where you're planted. I am a 3rd generation, now former BUSD employee. Currently, my husband and I operate Barstow Wrestling Program through the city, where I also serve on our nonprofits board as our fundraiser coordinator. My hobbies include everything homemaking, as I'm a stay-at-home mom. I enjoy cooking and baking as much as I can from scratch, including having recently tackled the monster of sourdough bread baking. So that's a little bit about me. I'm ready whenever you guys are.
All right, thank you. What motivates you to become a board member?
Not only being from Barstow and having plenty of family history in Barstow, and seeing my children being prepared to grow through the district, I have been involved within our community and with our youth since my early teens. I have dedicated a lot of time volunteering with local organizations over the years. I held city dignitary titles where I've had opportunities to spend special time with our youth. And although I may not have direct ties with the district currently or with the board currently, I do believe I can offer a fresh new perspective as a parent and as a member of the community as to what the upcoming generation of parents and students would like to see coming from the district. Not only that, but I know I can serve as a good liaison between the community and the district in general as to what the community would like to see coming from the district going forward.
Thank you.
What attributes are essential for success for school board members?
100% being a team player. This is a huge organization. It is a powerhouse employer in Barstow, and since the board is nominated and elected representatives for our community, it is very essential to be a team player and be willing to work with others through differences of opinions and maybe some frustrations that may arise coming from parents or district employees alike. So as long as you're a team player on the board, then I think you'll be ready to go.
What do you think is expected of you as a board member?
As I said previously, being a good liaison between the community and the district is huge and essential for being a board member. As a board member, you are to take whatever the community sees as maybe an issue or something that they would like to see better through the district. And it is your job to bring that to the board, potentially update policies with that, bring it to the attention of the admin, and go from there for the betterment of the staff and students of Barstow Unified School District.
Thank you.
How would you handle requests if approached by an individual in the community or special interest groups?
As long as it is something that can be brought to the board, I would encourage that to be brought during an open meeting as such. If it is a problem that they may have and can be something that I can bring to the board that wouldn't end up being any type of conflict of interest, I would bring it myself. But if it is something that is huge that needs plenty of attention, I would encourage that person or organization to organize their thoughts, put their request in to speak to the board during an open meeting, and go from there so we can work collaboratively on it, how to handle the situation.
Thank you.
What is your vision for education in this community?
My vision for education in this community is to continue with the growth that I have seen the district have within the last decade. I know personally, I did not work on any tech or computers in school until I was in about 10th grade. And my first grader came home last year very excited that he was able to learn how to navigate a Chromebook, how to sign himself in, work through the different educational apps that are available to him and games that are available to him through the technology that is provided through the school. So I am excited to see that the district is taking that step forward, knowing that this upcoming generation is coming from the tech boom. There is technology all around them constantly. And I appreciate that the district is using that for the betterment of their education. So I look forward to seeing that continue to grow over.
What are the current challenges facing education and school boards?
To kind of piggyback off of all the techie stuff I was just talking about, I think that's a huge problem that we are not only faced with locally, but nationally. I believe kids have a lot of access to screen time outside of school. It is not good for their development if it is not in a controlled environment. It messes up their emotions, how they handle things, how they regulate their body systems. They're staying up too late at night and not able to wake up and be excited to learn in the mornings. So that is one of the major challenges that I think, not only locally, but nationally, that our school districts and boards are facing. Something I would love to see as a parent to kind of combat that as a school district would be some sort of pledge that we can bring to the students, or say they offer 7 to 10 hours logged of screenless time per week. If we can incentivize it by saying, hey, this so-and-so elementary school, you hit a set amount of hours, you're gonna get a new playground set, or something to encourage these kids to spend time in the real world, speaking with their grandparents, spending time with their siblings, playing outside, joining recreational sports, going to the library, helping their mom at the grocery store. I think that would be awesome if the district could introduce something like that to kind of neutralize the heavy amount of technology that our kids are exposed to.
Thank you. What is your understanding of the role of the superintendent?
Superintendent is the boss. The superintendent is the head admin who oversees all the schools, the admin of those schools, and the admin of all different varieties of information such as education in general, attendance, principles, of course, what we're putting out into the digital media. They are to be the main face that the board selects for the betterment of our district.
Thank you.
What do you see as the board's roles and responsibilities?
As I mentioned earlier, the board's main role is to serve as a liaison between the community and the district. Since they are elected representatives for the zones that the school district has already set out, of course, first they socialize and represent those within their zone. They bring whatever questions, comments, concerns that are big to the board to oversee. Then the board can either introduce, get rid of, or update policies that they may have adopted in the past or are looking to add into the future.
Thank you.
If appointed, will you seek to continue as a trustee in the next election?
It's terrible to say I already have my paperwork filled out. Yes, I 100% plan on running for election. I'm very excited for that opportunity to follow this. I already have all my paperwork set up with the county. I just have to mail in one more signature and I'm good to go.
Thank you.
Is there any additional information that you'd like to share with the panel?
Yes, actually. First and foremost, I just wanted to say thank you for taking this time to host this. I know it can be an arduous task to organize and see it all the way through, even though it's only going to be for the remainder of the calendar year. Although I do appreciate being even considered for this position. I wanted to touch base on a couple of things that I may have poked at throughout my interview. That since my early teens, I have dedicated my time and efforts to the youth of Barstow and Barstow in general. Over the years, I have volunteered at or with numerous local organizations. I then went on to hold multiple student elected representative positions where I also was a student board of trustee member for the year 2013-2014. That year, I was able to attend a leadership conference with the board that was current at that time. I then went on to work for Barstow Unified School District myself, having been a clerical substitute where I touched base at almost every single elementary school, Barstow Junior High School, Central, and Barstow High School alike. So I've kind of seen the dynamics in each of those groups. I only took a break from this so I could grow my family, and I'm now at a point where I'm excited to jump back in both feet into volunteerism and community involvement. Where we're currently, my husband and I run Barstow Wrestling program through the city. And I also, again, as I said earlier, serve on our board as our nonprofits fundraiser coordinator. I'm not sure if you guys are aware, but California is one of the top 3 most competitive states for youth wrestling. So it's very exciting for my husband and I to put our extra time and efforts into the youth of Barstow and hopefully give them a chance to get scholarships and go out and show the world what Barstow has, and hopefully then return and give back to the youth just as my husband has. In our first year back as a club, I was able to assist in raising almost $7,000 in donations to put directly back into the youth that partake in our club. We've been able to offer them free t-shirts, club membership cards so they can travel to compete. For those that aren't interested in traveling to compete, we've held multiple open rooms where we brought competition to them so they can get a taste of what that's like. And more recently, next month, we are hosting a 4-time Division I All-American, Jerry Abbas, to come coach a camp specifically for our Barstow wrestlers at no cost to them. So that's something really exciting that I am very proud to be a part of. All of my experiences have not only granted me growth in communication and collaboration, but they have also motivated me to continue pushing forward for the youth of Barstow, which is essentially our future, Barstow's future. Again, thank you for this opportunity. I'm really excited by just the chance to come here and interview in the first place. I'm looking forward to dedicating my time and efforts to the staff and students within Barstow Unified School District and to the upcoming election where I plan on running to hold a 4-year term as area trustee for Area 1.
You have 16 minutes remaining. That sounded like a closing message to me, but if you have anything further, you still have about now 15 minutes to comment. But
I think I'm good, so I'll take my time and come back around and say goodbye to all of you.
and you are welcome to stay in the audience. Once you're finished.
Thank you so much. Nice to meet you.
Meet you.
Good to see you. Good to see you. Thank you again. Thanks for the opportunity. Thank you. Thank you.
Your name on them.
I have to, I'm fiscally conservative. You appreciate that.
No, that's to keep me from taking them.
Yes.
You're very coveted and every time I try to order it, I order it wrong.
I would gift it to you, but then I think I'm not allowed to do that. Is that real? You know this?
Ready? Good afternoon. We have water there for you if you like. And are you ready for an opening statement?
Yes, I didn't officially prepare one, but I have no problem talking.
Please.
So my name is Erin Salas. I am born and raised from Barstow. I'm actually a Hinckley kid. I went to Hinckley School K through 8 and then graduated from Barstow High School in 2004. So what's so interesting about me is I love talking, but I don't really necessarily like talking about myself. I like talking about all the things that I do and I'm involved in. I am the current president of the Barstow Optimist Club. After I leave here, I'm going to go and stuff 800 backpacks full of supplies for kids in the community, and we're going to be giving those out tomorrow at Barstow High School. A lot of you might know me professionally or just over the years privately. But I am very excited. I was sad to see Julie go, but at the same time, I am also excited that a seat has opened up and there is a possibility of me being able to become an asset to this board and be able to fill it. I am not a one and done trustee. I am raising my family here. I just purchased a home here. I have a business here. My husband is not going anywhere. His career is here. So we're here. We're very planted and anchored here. We have a large family and we have a lot of really good relationships, both again, professionally and personally. We have a huge family here. And so overall, I'm excited to see what's to come. I'm excited to see this board kind of continue to move in a very positive direction. I know that it's been a lot of work for all of you, either sitting here or have come in, at different points over the years. And I hope that I can also be an asset to continuing that success.
Thank you. Question number one, what motivates you to become a board member?
I'm all about community. Without this community, I would have nothing. My business is here, and so I feel it starts with the kids. It starts with the schools. I'm raising my kids here in this exact same district, and I'm kind of going along with the bumps in the road, just like everyone else is. And I think that is something that really motivates me to be a positive advocate for, my own children, my neighbors' kids, my friends' kids, and a lot of my friends who are employees here, a lot of my business associates that are employees here. And so they are the ones that motivate me.
Thank you.
Number two, what attitudes are essential? I'm sorry, what attributes are essential for a successful board member?
I know I said I like to talk a lot, but I think when you become a board member, it's more of being able to listen. I feel that that's what you become. You become a big listener, and you are getting the you want to hear everyone's point of view, whether it is coming from the kids in the schools, if it's coming from staff, different types of employees. This at the end of the day is still a business, and I think that being able to listen to all of the different parts and being able to just listen, I think that's what is essential.
Thank you.
What do you think is expected of you as a board member?
Time. I think time is a big one. Being able to dedicate time to certain things. I understand with everything everyone has going on, time is one of the biggest issues. There's just not enough of it. But I think to be successful, you have to be able to listen and give people time. Being self-employed, I do have a lot of extra time. And I will do whatever is necessary to be able to give more of that if needed.
Thank you.
Thank you. How would you handle requests if approached by an individual in the community or a special interest group?
The board is a board. You guys are a whole. I am very traditional. So my husband and I, we are a team. And neither of us make any decisions on our own or on a whim or without discussing with another. And I feel that the board is the same. I am just one person on this board. And I believe that, again, coming back to listening, I will of course listen, but in my day-to-day job, that's all I do is listen and kind of mediate. And so of course I will give everyone my time. I mean, I get pulled in the grocery store now for what I do, but when it comes down to, actually making any kind of decisions, I understand that I cannot do any of that on my own. And I would never. This is something that would be, need to be brought before the entire board and make sure it's brought to everyone's attention so everyone could make a valid decision and we could vote on something together.
Thank you.
What is your vision for education in the community?
It's a very open-ended question. One thing I would like to point out, when a lot of people, and this was a big discussion for a lot of people with all the issues with STEM and the lottery. A lot of people were a little up in arms about BIS and different things, but I feel that myself and my husband, we are both children of BUSD. I do have my associate's degree and I, did go to a vocational school. So I did go away for, college because the field that I decided to pursue was not something offered in this community. But my husband has his bachelor's degree in mechanical engineering from Cal Poly Pomona. And he got there because of an education from BUSD. And I feel that we have all of the tools here maybe we need to work on some of those things a little bit, but overall, the tools are here and maybe we just need to figure out a better way to utilize them. I feel that there is a lot of opportunity for children here. And if we can point them in the right direction, whether that ends up being, the Santa Fe route or the CTE program, or maybe some, continuing to grow and have, children be educators. My vision would be making sure that there is no excuse, that they have been given all of the tools to be able to do whatever they want to do.
Thank you.
What are the current challenges facing education and school boards?
Current challenges, I think it's just in business overall. Participation, I think, is probably one of them, and funds, and making sure that those funds are being properly utilized. I do attend board meetings, so I am pretty aware of the struggles that you guys have had, and I have to applaud you in, as far as, some things go, but of course, there's always going to be more things to work on. But I think that we are in different times, and I think that maybe having a different outlook as this younger generation is coming in, we need to change gears a little bit as far as the new challenges that we're facing. I mean, and that can be anything from like social media and, the way that our kids learn and the way that our kids interact with one another. I think that those are challenges that we can all, overcome. But I think overall challenges that any district would have would be participation and funds.
Thank you.
What is your understanding of the role of the superintendent?
I understand the superintendent to be below the board. I think a lot of people use the terminology of the board being, in the clouds, overlooking everyone as a whole, but the superintendent is below. And she is the one who is not necessarily the queen of the castle, but overall, she's a very important role, but at the same time still takes direction from the board.
Thank you.
What do you see as the board's roles and responsibilities?
I think mediation would probably be the biggest responsibility. Mediating, making sure that all parties on the at all different levels their needs are being heard and everyone is being listened to, and those everyone is also doing what they are required to do per contracts, just like any other business. Of course, you have a social media platform. You have, a financial area of every business, and then you have your day-to-day workers. I think the board's roles and responsibilities are making sure that everything is cohesive and running, running well.
Thank you.
If appointed, will you seek to continue as a trustee in the next election?
Yes.
Is there any additional information you'd like to share with the panel?
I appreciate everyone's time. I know that there are some big shoes to fill with Julie being such a vital member. I know personally she made a huge difference over the years with, the closing of Hinckley School and the opening of the additional schools. And, we're currently going through a huge transitional phase. And so I hope that, being that I would not be a one and done trustee, if given the opportunity, that I could make the same impact and maybe even bigger differences to our kids
you know, not just my own, everyone's kids. I really care for the kids in this community. I see a lot of their parents come and go, even professionally through my office, and I see how they struggle. I see how a lot of the families in this community struggle. And that's why it's encouraged me to do different things. Everything I do besides my business, all of my extracurricular activities have been primarily for the kids. When we did my car show a couple of years ago, you know, we raised $16,000 for the sports because I felt that that was one thing that was lacking. And I came from a very poor household. My parents didn't have $1,300 at that time to pay for my cheer uniform. And, you know, for me to be able to give back to maybe another little girl who her parents can't afford to do cheer, or I don't ever want any kid coming through this district for money to ever be a factor and hold them back from doing something that they want to do. The cross country coach, you know, his daughter is second year at USC, and that's an amazing thing. This community has produced some really amazing kids. I mean, and some of those kids might even be their parents, you know, and that's really exciting for me. So to be a part of something that could help, you know, whether we created a program or, you know, we found this funding for a certain group of kids or, you know, anything like that, I'm excited to be able to take part in something like that. So thank you.
Thank you.
Well, you have about 15 minutes left. If you have any
Talk
words
about
you'd like to say.
Everybody get ready.
You do, it sounded like a pretty good closing comment to me, but if you have anything else, you do have about 15 minutes to say anything more.
Okay.
Okay, all right. Well, you may join us in the audience if you would like, and we will go to the vote. Oh, yes, yes. So you can stay in the audience.
Okay.
If you like.
You guys are all done? All right, we're ready.
I'll repeat myself just one more time. The board will vote using a roll call ballot for nominations. I will call each board member's name and ask for them to indicate which candidate they chose. There must be 3 votes for a candidate to be nominated. Mr. Okamura.
Can I make a comment first? Yeah.
You-
I would love to just thank you guys. You would have made our jobs a lot easier if you guys lived in different places. Such quality, we appreciate that. My vote is gonna be with Aaron Solis.
I agree with Chris. Tough decision because you're all great. You all interview well. My nomination is for Juliet Varela.
You guys did amazing. I've been sitting in your guys' position before. It was 4 years ago that I was actually nominated for this. So we do get the vote and you will be appointed and everything. I think the main thing is that people will get to make a decision in November. I think that is the most important decision. So my recommendation is Aaron Salas.
All right with each other, because we do need a three-person vote.
Okay. Great. Tell us why you decided.
Well, I
Sure.
Feel that? It's hot, isn't it?
it's tough to do. I thought Julia just articulated better. Gave a really good explanation about her involvement in things. Her ability to motivate young people to do things, and it was very positive interview. And I think she'd make a great board member.
Mr. Watson? Why did you choose, and what do you feel Aaron Salas would be a?
Maybe we should step back.
I think everybody did a complete excellent job. I just think Aaron Salas just has a good community involvement. She spoke very well about the questions that we gave to her. Yeah, now I'm in the interview.
Yeah. Yeah, I know what you mean. And the same thing on my behalf. You guys all did great. You made it a real tough choice. The reason I chose Aaron was I just felt with you guys have all served a long time here in Barstow. You guys all have very deep roots. You're all involved in the community. I mean, that just makes it so tough. In regards to choosing Aaron, I just felt that she's got a little bit more experience. She served on the board and as acting president of the Optimist Club, which is a large organization and one of the service groups in our community. Her experience with her business, I thought was a little bit of another little feather in the hat, but it was still a tough call. So I guess my question to you, Ray, or does anybody, do we need to vote again, or should I just ask if they want to change? Should we do the vote, redo the vote?
Have to redo the vote, yes.
Okay,
Unless you
does
have
anybody else have
other
anything that they
deliberations.
would like to add? No? Let's go for number 2.
Okay, Mr. Okamura,
Aaron Salas.
Mr. Perea,
I'll remain with Julia.
and,
Aaron Salas.
all right. Should the board not reach a 3-0 vote for a nominee, Mr. Okamura, at this time, the board has not been able to agree on a majority for appointment. My recommendation is to adjourn the meeting and bring this to the board at the next regularly scheduled meeting on Tuesday, August 13, 2024 for additional discussion.
I concur. Let's do that.
I will need you to ask for a motion to table the item until August 13, 2024 and ask for a vote to table the item.
Well, I'll make that motion. Can I get a second?
Second.
All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Okay.
All right. Items for future board meeting? No. Do we need to go back to closed session?
Do not
No. It is 4:57. Thank you all for attending.